Mental Health Monday, everybody. Know what that means. More tips and tricks. Today's not really a tips and tricks type of thing, but we are going to talk about some more self-care. I know in videos a few weeks ago, I was like, self-care, super good, bubble bath, face mask, all of that. But there is a messy part of it. Self-care isn't always about face masks and bubble baths with a bottle of wine. It absolutely can be, but self-care can be very messy. Very, very messy. So let's talk about that. So self-care can be about unearthing your potential and learning your sense of self, which is something that's really important to do regardless anyway, as we are humans and we are constantly growing and changing as people. Sometimes you have to break down and rebuild up multiple times to come back as a stronger self with a better understanding with what you have learned. So self-care may be you going to see a therapist and bawling your eyes out. Self-care may be you screaming into a pillow. Self-care may be you punching a punching bag for your own sanity. It's really whatever that it is that you need to do for yourself, but it's not always happy unicorns. Sometimes self-care can also be standing up for yourself and being selfish with the things that you want and the things that you need. And if your support system does not support you with this, if you come to them and have a conversation about it, then it's either time to have a conversation with your support system and explain the things that you need. And if they do not support that and or will not support you, it may be time to get a new support system set in place so that you can do the things that you need to do for yourself. It is okay to be selfish. You absolutely should be. Sometimes self-care is creating a spreadsheet of your finances and getting yourself out of debt, which can feel like a very impossible feat. Where you're like just so drained from that and you're like, crap, let me just track all my spending. Let me track how I'm going to get out of this debt and how much money I need to make and really get your finances in order, which can be something that's very difficult for a lot of people because like 75% of Americans can't even pay an emergency medical bill if they need to, can't pay if their car breaks down, they can't pay it, so getting yourself in a better financial spot can be seen as self-care. Now, is that stuff hard? Absolutely. Like I said, it's not all unicorns and rainbows. Self-care can come with a lot of negative emotions and hatred towards yourself, toward others, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Just don't let the feelings linger. Feel the feelings and move on from them, because then if they linger too much, you're going to get into a depressive episode. And it's just not something that's going to be really good for you. But if like you have a day and you're just like, I hate everything, that's fine. Wake up the next day with a better outlook on life. Self-care could also be finally organizing and deep cleaning your space. That also includes your mind space. If you have things that are taking up your mind that are causing you stress, it's time to declutter those and reorganize that mind, reorganize your space. That's why I love spring cleaning, because it's not just about organizing your house and donating things and doing all of that. It is also about decluttering your mind. So if it ever feels like too much, and I'm talking about life in general, focus on your basic needs first. So shelter, food, water. After that, anything else is extra. So if things get too much, if it becomes too overwhelming sometimes, as life does, just focus on the basic needs of your life and remember to ask for help if you run out of spoons for your day. If you've never heard of the spoons thing, it's people with autoimmune diseases and chronic illnesses use spoons. They wake up every day with a set number of spoons that they have. Maybe it's 5 spoons one day, maybe it's 2 spoons, maybe it's no spoons. And each spoon is something that you can accomplish, something that you can do. Maybe it's go to work. Maybe it's come home and cook dinner. Maybe it's do the laundry and then put the laundry away. And then those are your 4 spoons. After that, you're tapped out. You're mentally tapped out. You're physically tapped out. You just can't do it anymore because you don't want to overwhelm your flight or fight response. You don't want to engage in that stressful behavior because you know that it's going to be detrimental to your health, which it is. You do not want to be in a chronic state of stress. It is not good for your body, and it will eventually come out as an autoimmune disease, a chronic illness. It will come out as your body screaming at you with some type of other disease, or like constantly getting sick. constantly feeling tired and fatigued, your body will tell you. So we need to make sure that we're de-stressing as well. Remember that self-care is everything you do to tend to your physical and emotional health in the ways you are best able to do so. Everyone's self-care is going to look different. Some people may have a lot more messy self-care than they have of bubble baths and wine bottles. It really just depends on what you need. And, let's get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Do the hard things that we know will help us grow and make us even better people.